Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in to We'll Fix It Team. This is going to be maybe a quick video, I hope. Wheel cylinder, T-bucket, Volkswagen front end, Volkswagen wheel cylinder. Now they sell these things online really cheap, but I need this thing to be up and running tomorrow, which means I won't have time to order one for it to come in because it's just no way. So I do have, and this is actually a rather new wheel cylinder. Moisture must have gotten in because I've been caught in a little bit of rain here and there with that thing, and it had to sit outside when I had it covered up. But we was at a car show, and the front end got rained on. And so this end was the end of the cylinder that was up, so water must have got in there and seized it up to where when I start using the brakes, you could feel it starting to wanting to pull to the one side, and I said, well, we got to get in here. And this is what I found. So this piston, or the piston is in here, but the thing that it pushes, whatever you want to call that, was seized up, and it's a little rusty in there. It's not bad. So we're going to do a quick build on it real quick. I have a bunch of, you can find these seals. If you look online, they actually sell different size seals. I fortunately do have a whole bunch on hand already. So if this one looks bad, we'll just go ahead and replace the seal, which I probably will do. But I'm going to hone it out with a homemade little honey thing that works really good for what I'm doing, because it's not really that bad. It just needs a little cleaning. That's all. We're going to wire wheel this and put it together, and then we're going to roll with it. Okay, all right, here we go. Okay, so I've got it in the vise. Here we are. This was the end that was seized up, and if you look, you can see the little rubber thing. So what I want to do, I don't want to push that seal through the rust, because it may be still fine. It might be fine, and if I don't have that size, then I can, if I have to, I'll reuse it. But we're gonna push it this way, and there it went. We'll catch that in a minute. But you have a little thing that keeps it's a spring in there, and if it's fine, we're going to reuse it. And then here's my, let's see, here we go. Usually there's a size on the back of it, so I'm gonna I have to wipe this off and see what size that is. We'll figure it out. That's no problem. That seal looks fine. If I have to use it again, I can clean it up and put it right back. But mostly it was just rusted and seized a little bit, because that's actually not a very old wheel cylinder. Okay, so anyhow, we'll be wire wheeling it. You can use a wire brush or some emery cloth, but I have this thing. We'll go nee, and then I'll get my little honer out real quick, and I'll show you what we got here. Okay, there we go. So good. This light's kind of bright. It's just kind of crusty in there. Looks kind of dooky. I just made this little device here out of a piece of like fuel line that's 1/4 inch or something. It's just like metal fuel line, and just cut a little slot in it, and I put some emery cloth inside of it, and that'll work just fine for what I got to do. And so we're just going to do a normal in and out hone here, and I'm going to use some WD-40. Now I'll take brake cleaner and clean all that out. That'll be just something just to kind of, we'll just do a quick wipe down to see what it looks like. Then I'll slide the part that goes in there, which I've already wire wheeled. Let's just see. Oh, it looks a whole lot better. Oh yeah, nice and free. Well, I'll pick that up in a second. Let me get my light and we'll look in there real quick. Not bad. Not bad. I think that'll pass. It's not going to take much. I'll just clean a little bit more on the top up here. My light's kind of bright, but we'll get a little bit more on the top, and it'll be fine, and we'll place it back together. Here we are at the seal department of the stock room in here. And what I've got is a metric seal, 17 millimeter. And I don't know if I have a 17 millimeter. I'll have to kind of dig through some stuff here and see what all I got. There's some bigger ones. Well, I don't know what we got here. These are all standard 11/16. And well, let me just look and see what we got here. Well, I'll be right back. We'll keep this short and sweet. We're going to dig through this stuff. Check it out. I got it right here. Look at that. That looks to be the correct size. It matches right up with it. I know that I'm not holding it perfectly still, but guess what? It's a 27/32 by my aftermarket standard. I found it in this drawer over here. Well, drawer. And here I got it. So we're going to run us a couple of new cups in there, and I'll be right back. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to assemble this thing. We've got our new seals. Like I said, we've got the old one that matches up at a 27/32 30 seconds, 27, 30 seconds is our size. And how we're going to do this is we're going to build it from the bottom up. The way this seal works, you want the seal to go down so that the pressure pushes out around it. And I hope, do I have my finger? You want that pressure to push around the umbrella. It actually makes it work better. And so we're going to put it in this way so that we've got, because this is the bottom right here, so we're going to slide this up in here, go ahead and get that on there. Okay, now we're just going to dab a little bit of brake fluid on it, just for because we only want brake fluid on one side of that. If you get brake fluid on the piston side or that little back metal piece, it can actually create a situation for moisture to build up. So you want that side to be dry. You don't want anything in there like that. So we've got a new cup in there. I've already cleaned our spring up really well, and then we'll get the next one in. I've got still enough brake fluid on my finger here to make that happen. This is here. Thank goodness they taper that. We're going to push this one down in there like that. Then our thing goes in, and it's probably going to want to try to push apart or retract it all the way. As long as you're careful with the screwdriver, you can get by doing this, but just be careful with it. I'm going to take and just get that little bit of brake fluid off there. There we go. So that cylinder's ready to go back together. Yep. All right. So that concludes our building of the wheel cylinders, and I hope you enjoyed that little quick episode. And I actually did the other one on the vehicle. It's a little bit easier to do it on the vehicle. I did it on the bench because it was easier just to kind of get my camera where I needed to see it. But if you can get to it on the vehicle, it saves from having to take it off of the brake line, and you're already kind of being held in position. But either way, you can build these things, and if you can't find the right one, you can always take the cylinder apart and get the right cups from, like, probably an offline source like Amazon or eBay. eBay sells a bunch of that stuff. And take some of the old wheel cylinders that that you normally wouldn't. Advanced Auto, all that. Good luck, good luck with all that. So yeah, Well, thank you for tuning in. We'll fix the team. We out.